If you're planning to study abroad, I want you to stop and think about one question. Not which country has the cheapest tuition, not which country is easiest to get a visa for. The question is, what happens after you finish your degree? Because for most countries, the answer is you pack your bags and come home. But there is one country that a lot of Bangladeshi students are quietly discovering, where studying is just a step one. Today, I'm going to walk you through Malta's real path, from student visa to work legally while you study, to what long-term settlements actually look like. Stay with me till the end, because I'm also going to tell you the mistakes that ruin the pathway for people who don't plan it properly. Here's the problem. I see again and again students choose a country based on the visa. They don't think about the 5 years after. They get the offer letter, they get excited, they fly out. And then halfway through their course, they realize, wait, I can't even work here legally. Can I stay after graduation, or am I just here 2 years? Then it's over. One confusion cost people real opportunities, because by the time they start asking these questions, it's often too late to plan properly. So today we're doing this the right way, before you apply, not after. Let's talk about where Malta actually stands right now. Malta is a small island country in the Mediterranean Sea. Part of the European Union, English is one of the official languages. So your classes, your daily life, your work, all in English. For Bangladeshi students, Malta has become one of the more talked about options in Europe. Not because it's flashy, but because of what it quietly offers. A full-time study visa that comes with a real, legal part-time work rights and a long-term residency structure that follows standard EU rules. Now, here's what I need you to understand. Malta doesn't hand over permanent residency like a lottery ticket. Nobody is giving that away. What Malta offers is a legal structure, a real step-by-step process that if you follow properly, you can lead to long-term settlement. That's very different from most countries where the student visa is dead-end after graduation. Let's break down what actually happens once you leave in Malta. You will first receive a Type D national visa. This stands for anyone studying longer than 90 days. Once you arrive within your first 3 months, you register for a residence permit. This is what actually allows you to live and stay in Malta for the length of your course. Now, here's the part of most people don't focus on enough. This residence permit isn't just a stay document. It comes attached with the rights to work part-time, up to 20 hours a week while you're studying. Think about what that means. Actually, you are not just a student surviving on saving from home. You are building a work experience in Europe, in an English-speaking environment while you're still studying. That's a real CV value. That's real income to help cover living costs. And for a lot of familiars back home, that's reduced the financial pressure significantly. But I want to be honest with you. 20 hours a week is not going to fund your entire education. It's help. It doesn't replace the financial planning you need to do before you go. Anyone who tells you, just go, you will work and pay for everything, it's not being straight with you. Financial proof requirements exist for a reason. You need to show you can genuinely support yourself. Now let's talk about the part everyone actually wants to know: what happens after you graduate. This is where Malta separates itself from a lot of destinations. After completing your studies, there is a pathway to convert your status into a work-based permit, meaning if you secure employment in Malta, you can transition from student status into a legal work residence. This isn't automatic. You need a job offer. You need an employer willing to go through the process. Malta has ongoing demands in the sector like IT, tourism, and hospitality. Finance and healthcare supports role, but which sectors are open and under what conditions shift over time. So this is something you verify closely before building your entire plan around industry. Now, here's the long-term place. Under EU rules, not just Malta's specific rules, but the stands work frame follows across the EU and non-EU nation who has lived legally and consistently in an EU country for 5 years can apply for a long-term residence status. That means 5 years of legal residence, stable income, and meeting country's requirements. I want to say this is clearly 5 years is not just a shortcut. It's a real commitment, but it's real, honest pathway. Something you can actually plan your life around instead of hoping the best. So the real sequence look like this: student visa to residence permit with part-time work rights. If you secure a job after graduation, a work-based residence status to after 5 continuous legal years, long-term residence status. Each step has its own requirements. Each steps need to be done properly. Let me walk you through how this typically plays out, using general examples, not one specific person, but kind of a journey many students follow. A student from Dhaka completes a bachelor's program in Malta, let's say 2 to 3 years. During that time, they work part-time, maybe in hospitality or an office support role, building both saving and local work experience near graduation. They start applying for jobs in their field like IT, business, or whatever they suited. If they secure an offer, they apply to convert their student status into employment-based residence permit. From there, as long as they maintain continuous legal residence, renewing permit on time, staying employed, meeting income requirements, they build towards the 5-year mark. At 5 years, if all conditions are met, they can apply for long-term residence status in the EU. That's open the door, not just to staying in Malta, but to more flexibility in terms of long-term life planning within the EU framework. Notice, nothing is that journey was luck. Every step was decision, a document, a deadline. That's a real story. Not Malta gives you PR, but Malta gives you a structure and it's on you follow it properly. Now let's talk about why the students go wrong, because I see this mistake consistently. Mistake number 1. Treating the part-time work permission as the granted income. It's a right, not a guarantee of a job. You still need to find a work, and 20 hours a week has real limits. Mistake number 2. Not renewing your residence permit one time. This is huge. Continuous real residence is an entire foundation of the long-term pathway. If your permit lapses even briefly, it can disrupt your entire timeline towards the 5 years mark. Mistake number 3. Assuming any job qualifies for the post-study work transition. It doesn't. The job, the employer, the sector, all of the matters and the rules around this change. So doesn't assume based on the last year information. Mistake number 4. Poor financial planning going in. If your family is structured to the thin from the day one, the part-time work income becomes pressure, not opportunity. You need a realistic financial base before you even apply. Mistake number 5. And this is a big one, going in without proper counseling, assuming you will figure it out. Once you are there, immigration rules in the country shifts. What was true last year might not be true this year. Guessing an expensive verify is free. If you're seriously considering Malta, here's what I would like actually to tell you to. First, talk to a counselor before you apply, not after you already paid a deposit. Understand the current work rights, the current post-study transition rules, and the current requirements for long-term residence. Because the current is the key word. Second, build your financial plan around your own funds, not around your future part-time income. Treat the work opportunity as a bonus, not your foundation. Third, things in years, not months. If settlement is your real goal, you're planning a 5-year plus journey, not 2 years holiday with a degree attached. That's mindset along with to save you from a lot of disappointment. So here's the honest summary. Malta isn't a shortcut to European residency, but it is one of the more structured, realistic pathway available in Bangladeshi students right now. Study, legal part-time work, a route to employment-based residence, and eventually, if you stay the course, long-term residence status under the EU rules. It rewards planning. It punishes guesswork. If you go with the real plan, verified information and patience for the process, this can genuinely change the transition of your life and your family's future. If you go in hoping to figure it out later, you'll likely end up as one of mistakes I just described. This is exactly why Eduknots exist. We don't just help you to get a visa and disappear. We work you through in the entire picture, from choosing the right university and the program in Malta, to preparing accurate verified documentation, to understanding your part-time work rights, all the way to helping you think through the long-term residency pathway from day one, not as the afterthought 2 years in. When you work with Eduknots, you'll get a honest counseling, not exaggerated. You will get a team that says updated on the latest information about the immigration requirements, so you never plan your future based on outdated information. And you'll get a clear roadmap tailored to your actual profile, your budget, your field to study, your long-term goals. If this video gives you clarity, comment Malta below and our team will personally guide you through our options. Share this with your friend who confused between countries right now. And follow us, because next we are breaking down a topic a lot of have been asking about. If you want a free consultant, book an appointment with us. Contact 017-1163-1349. Call or WhatsApp on this number. We'll see you in the next video.